You won't believe this, but did you know that you can actually spend too much money renovating a house that you intend on flipping? It's actually a common mistake that a lot of first-time flippers make because from their point of view, putting more money in means you get more out, right? Well, no. The whole point of renovating anything is to get a return on investment of 100% or more. Otherwise, you're losing money on it as well as wasting your time. You also want to make sure that you're following the 70% rule of investing in properties to flip. Otherwise, your budget won't be able to accommodate any renovations or repairs that you do. Money is made when you buy and earn when you sell. So with that in mind, let's get into the first of the 4 most profitable renovations, the kitchen. When people are looking for homes to buy, they tend to pay a lot of attention to the kitchen. A good kitchen will raise the value of your home as a whole. So you want to make sure you're renovating or remodeling it properly. The best place to start is with the cabinets. Since they take up so much space, they tend to be the first thing that people see. Because of this, you should give them a lot of attention. Usually all that you need to do is refinish or reface them, not completely remodel them. Unless they're super outdated, they probably just need to be touched up. One thing you can do though is add self-closing hinges because they're cheap and easy to install, and potential buyers notice them right away. After your cabinets are fixed up, you can move on to the countertops. Granite countertops are really big right now because they're easy to contrast with the cabinets, which keeps everything from blending together when you look at them. The idea is for each feature to nicely pop without being distracting or pulling too much attention away from something else. As for flooring, it's a good idea to make it a darker color to make flaws less noticeable. But don't worry about spending too much money on it. Chances are that's going to be one of the first things that the buyer changes anyways. The second item on the list is the bathrooms. Now when it comes to bathrooms, adding some new layers of paint goes a really long way in making things look new and unused, which of course will help to raise the value of the property. You really want to make sure you aren't doing any major replacements because like the kitchen cabinets, it can cost a lot of money for very little or even negative profit. Flooring in a bathroom is a lot easier nowadays because vinyl flooring isn't as ugly as it used to be, plus it's cheap compared to tile. If you're looking to really make a profit, vinyl flooring in the bathroom might be the best way for you to go. On top of all the benefits, it's waterproof. As for plumbing, it's usually pretty expensive to move that around, so it's best to leave that in place as much as you can. The next thing on the list and the last thing you're going to do inside is making sure that the HVAC system is working well. This one can be a little more expensive, so it might be wise for you to do the simple repairs yourself. Check that the batteries of anything HVAC related are working. Check for blown fuses if needed. Tighten down all the screws to stop it from knocking and make sure the filters are clean. Again, this one is more expensive. So if you're really trying to be frugal, then do what you can by yourself. I will say, however, that if you have anything that isn't minor, then it's probably worth it to call in a professional. Things such as refrigerant leaks or thermostat replacements are good examples of when it's wise to call a pro. You might ask, what if there's no central heat and air? Well, if you live in a place like Sacramento where it gets really hot in the summer, it is a must, and I wouldn't skimp on it. I would spend the $10,000–$15,000 to install a brand new unit so that the house sells and sells fast. If you don't, then you can safely assume that the first thing buyers will say is, yeah, the house looks nice, except there's no AC. The last of the 4 most profitable renovations you can do on a property you're going to flip is the landscaping or curb appeal. The front of the house is the very first thing that potential buyers are going to see, and the first impressions are really important. If the front lawn isn't appealing to the eye, it's a good idea to fix it first so that the grass has time to grow before you're ready to sell. You're going to want to trim and clean up any overgrown foliage, and it might be a good idea to plant some cheap but pretty flowers near the front door. Little things like that are inexpensive but go a long way in attracting potential buyers. Two things that you want to focus on specifically are the edges of the grass and the mailbox. The edges of lawns are extremely noticeable when overgrown, and they're an absolute eyesore. And the mailbox has a high likelihood of being weathered because it's outside all the time. Both are things that are easy to fix and go a long way in making your home look better. So if you're thinking about flipping your first property, then I need you to do two things. One is to look at some of my other videos so you can learn more about flipping homes. But the second one is to make sure that you focus on these things first. Of course, there are times when you can skip over them, but majority of time, investing in these renovations will give you the highest return. The truth is, most things just need to be fixed up and made pretty again, not completely replaced. And if you do it well, you have a good profit margin.